Good afternoon, my YouTube friends and family. We are back for some canning. I want to show you how we did the stew. This is my first time canning in a pressure canner. I just wanted to share with you guys how we did it, how we went about it. We have a book, a canning book. We have a couple canning books. And we did a little bit of YouTube research. Stew. We did a harvest here in the garden of some carrots, celery, onions, and potatoes. Took a couple pounds of meat out of our freezer to free up some freezer space and decided to do some canning. So let's get into it. Alright, so Mama and I is gonna do some prep work. Mama, what you got over there?
Carrots.
Carrots. Mom's gonna do the carrots, fresh out of the garden, and I'm gonna do the celery, fresh out of the garden. Mama's sandbagging it, so I gotta do the onions.
I'm not trying tonight.
Alright, we got about 4 cups of each. That's going to be a night. We're going to cook our rack. We are all prepped and ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we're going to get up and do our jars, wash and clean everything. Let's take you over and show you what we got for meat. And we got 14 pounds of meat that we took out of our freezer. Freed up some freezer space. And we're going to do some canning tomorrow. Should have brushed them off before I put them in the sink, huh?
Yeah, and you shouldn't probably have brought quite so many over.
Well, I just got a t-shirt full. I didn't want to...
That many for 4 cups?
There we go. There's the meat. Alright, here we go. It is stew time. And we are going to can 14 jars of some beef stew. So we got beef stew, of course our jars, lids, and rings washed, funnel just to get stuff in there a little easier, our beef, some salt, our peeled potatoes and diced, celery, onions, and our peeled carrots and diced. We have some vinegar, white vinegar. The salt we're going to use, what is it? Good old Sam's Club, Himalayan pink salt. So, are we ready, baby love?
We are ready.
We are ready. And then outside, let's go check out what we got outside. Alright, outside on a low heat, I have our canner, our All-American 930, with a little bit of water in the bottom. We're warming that up so we can just bring the jar straight out and put on there. Once that is water's steaming a little bit, I'll turn that off. But let's get to it. Alright, so we're going with what, Mama? 1.5 cups of beef. cup and a half of beef, and then I'm just going to put these vegetables in there. A handful, see what it looks like. Alright, so what we got here is 14 jars. We did run a little low on potatoes and carrots. I just put less carrots in some of the last 3 jars. We are going to peel some more potatoes. We are first time stew canners, so we learned all this off of Homesteading Family, a great website or a great YouTube channel. I will link it in the description below, and then you can check that channel out for a lot better content on canning. We are just going to do what we know, follow the directions in the book, and get her done. Alright, so here's what we got. One Dumb Grunt tip that I would suggest as a beginner is make sure that your beef is drained off nice and good. Now we're going to put, what, a half teaspoon of salt in it?
I think it's a whole teaspoon.
1 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to top them off to the 1-inch head space with some boiling hot water. Let's get that going.
Well, I'm waiting for water to heat back up, and while I'm doing that, I'm getting the air bubbles out of the ones I put water in.
Oh yeah, look at them air bubbles. Debubbling. Alright, so Mama's got all the bubbles out, and we're just going in and tightening them up back to that 1-inch head space. Nice. We got that. Now we're gonna wipe the lids with some white vinegar. Make sure we get any kind of fat off of there. Alright, we got the lids wiped off, or the rims. Now we're going to take our lids, press down, finger tight. Alright, voila. Into the canner. Make sure your water don't go over the rim of the jars. Level up your lid. Down. And I say all this because that's what I read in the book. So, we're going to warm this bad boy back up and wait for it to steam. Alright, we got a full head of steam. Now we're going to put it on the timer for 10 minutes, and then we will put the weight on it. Alright, so as you can see with this burner, we have to put up the cardboard. That's the only disadvantage, I guess, to doing it. If the wind's blowing even just a little bit, it'll blow that flame out, especially once we turn it down. So we got a full head of steam for 10 minutes. Now we're going to turn the heat down and put the weight on it. Pop the weight on there, baby. For us here, it is 10 pounds of pressure, and I'm gonna reduce the heat a little bit and we will get it to jiggle. Alright, so we got her back 2 jiggles per minute. Got a long jiggle, but the flame is really low, and I had to put a board up, or a piece of cardboard. That is what the battery come in. This is what the water heater come in, but makes a nice little block. So we have started our timer for 90 minutes. Alright, here we are back to the canning. So, we had one close call. Grandbaby come out and shut the door and pulled that down, blew out the flame, but we got back out here before our pressure went below 10 pounds. So as long as we keep that pressure above 10 pounds, we're good. So we've been cooking for 90 minutes. We are going to shut the gas off and let this thing stay exactly the way it is until that gets to 0, and then we will remove the jiggler and start taking the stuff out of it. Alright, so after you get your 90 minutes cooked, turn your gas off, let it pressure go to 0, take your jiggler off, wait 10 minutes, and then you can take the lid off. Of course, my camera was up in the attic where I was doing the solar, but here's what we got. We're going to start taking them out. They're still bubbling, still really hot. Hot. And that's what we get. Looks good. Smells good. I can actually smell it. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, it's all cooked. I don't think you should be able to smell it.
Yeah, but if it's sealed, why are you smelling it?
Oh, it's not sealed yet. It won't be sealed until the little bubbles go down.
And the lids go.
Yeah.
Alright, so there we go. We're going to unload them. We will show you what they look like when we get them cleaned up. We'll let them sit for overnight, 24 hours, and then we'll start taking the bands off, checking the lids, marking them, and putting them away. Well, there she is, all canned up and put away. Mama's got them stacked in there pretty deep. That's we got the 3 rows of beef stew, and then that one's coming up. That's chicken. Yes, we canned chicken. Legs, thighs, and a wing in there. And so far this year, we've got some veggie stock, and we've got some yellow beans, more yellow beans, and more yellow beans. So, stick around. We have a bunch of pressure canning videos coming up. So there you go. That was our first attempt at pressure canning, and it worked out great. Some of the future stuff we got meat birds, 25 meat birds. We processed and dispatched 8 of those last week, and we also pressure canned those. Stick around for that. And if you find anything in the videos helpful, please give us a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that reminder button, because we do have some other projects coming up. We got a couple solar adjustments and corrections that we did on the inverters with grounding and bonding. I dumped a 4-inch air conditioning line into that space, try to cool down the batteries a little bit. We have more harvest. We're getting ready to start for fall planting. And don't forget to smile, because God loves you.